也没有什么东西可以查，所以要回到这边往下查。这里是，等一下，这首歌不是我刚刚听到的那个吗？哦，所以刚刚说这个东西就是他的那个嘛，送给 Freya。哦，这是一段钢琴的播放时间不长。是什么？
Well, it is, then gotta practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
碎玻璃，上面拿着喇叭的奇怪生物，雕像里面有一条明显的贯穿的碎裂缝，喇叭里面也有各种玻璃的碎片。好，这个。
Who plays the violin?
So I'm guessing nobody.
Who plays the
So I'm guessing nobody.
sheet music?
That's a lot.
Probably while they're on the floor.
What else would it be?
Are they?
Whatever they like a little parade of.
Are they?
Whatever they like a little parade of.
It's one of those.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
你是谁？
Are you a ghost?
Sally, that's rude.
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
他的头好尖哦。
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer and a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
就是很会弹。你好像
So
很会
there
弹
are
哦。
two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask. That means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
哦，
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. This is mine.
Really?
No, well, I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank.
Any idea how it ended up?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy. Don't
what？
you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed,
Someone's being deliberately
or
secretive.
they're trying to manipulate.
哦，
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife.
You don't think that anymore?
No, the room was dark. I was in shock.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
吼，
It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and...
No way. Freya
好，被发现了。
would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was getting. I think it helped her zone out and focus, like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing.
Right. So the blob...
Flora's dress, yeah. She was even more black. What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh. How nice.
Oh, nice.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Hmm?
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make... Well, sometimes.
Oh.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah.
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Oh.
That belongs to Flora, I think. Is that Fifi's diary?
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate.
I thought you and Fifi were...
Yeah, we are. Fifi's gotten kinda...
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
Hmm?
Sure she...
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding. How sweet. You get some weird and I've never seen one.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to
把
keep
甲虫放在一
in
个盒子
box.
里面
For fun, obviously.
for
I think
fun.
it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one.
Does...
Oh, she does. Penny can be a little... Never seen that one before.
No, we found it.
Hmm?
Right. Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing. Don't look at me. I didn't...
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who.
谈论到这个跟这个的东西的时候，表情、眼神、声音都会有一点点不耐烦。
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
哇，用叙述方
Hold
式，
on, drifter, holding fast. Days a shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some 4 walls make round a room. Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
哇哦！
Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
哇哦！你们每个人对于他的评价都超好的。
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying. Earthly tether, slowly fraying. Floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
不是，他对 Freya 这个被害者这个的大家都对他的评价都非常好，就是很舒服
Feathers
啊。
flashing in the light from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
哦，
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
结果其他人都可以讲这么好，就那是我自己啊，算了，就不评论了。好了，开始。
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer. 3.5 hours of piano practice, soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
What?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that. Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The 3 of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him.
这边的证词还算没有问题才对。
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
这边的证词目前都很正常，对吧
All right. Poppy's
I
bedroom.
wonder what's in there. There's something about that diary we found. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
哦，可以直接先问他。我先去吧。可以问了，去吧。嗨，小姐。我们可以先慢慢的把这些的证词慢慢的。
Name: Percival Pointer. Age: 57. Profession: none.
None.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically for. Name: Penelope Pointer. Age:
Penelope
27.
Pointer，
Profession:
这个可以再
ornithologist.
自己叫 Penny。
Birds. Dislikes: insects. Notes: Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her. Name: Poppy Pointer. Age: 19. Profession: apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
哈 ？What's this?
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Oh，
I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no.
Oh,
怕鸟鸟。
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
但有没有人觉得这个
It is a
花
flower. It reminds.
很像谁呀、
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
well, I don't.
Then how can I meaningfully next?
啊？所以这不是你要这个证据是不是？好
Why
好，
did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
好，这边都可以正常。怀疑你
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10 and
So, there are secrets written here?
this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
这是 Vivi 的日记，他已经在里面写东西，这根本不是日记，这是别人的日记，这是
It's
Vivi 的日
Fifi's
记。
diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
哎，不是，所以它不是日
It's
记。
not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
嗯，
Me neither.
This
It
particular
doesn't
所以
look
它不可能啊，
unused.
所以有东西，所以这是别人的，所以这是别人日记哦。那看起来不是啊。
It's
Oh.
somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
不一
We
定
need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
需要一条线索来了解说这是谁的。可以秘密日记比较某个东西。
That's not it.
不是，这个不太像啊，这个应该不太像。女之间有秘密，感觉像撕下来的东西，不太像这个。 这个
That's not it.
不是
That kind of makes sense.
Counter Base X， 但是还是有一点关系，是不是？
That's not it.
不对。哎，
Let's take a closer look
Oh.
at this.
聪明聪明啊！对啊，A O A A， 我看到了，没事。哎嘿嘿，金属锁，这本来是就是长鱼，相反有点类似，不知道就是秘密日记。 证明它属于 Ferrer 的证明词。
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
嘿，
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
一封密函。
Freya didn't. Nope.
不对，私人秘密。
Freya didn't want anyone to. Almost.
对不对？他埋在花园里，他图书馆的一本书，他在图书馆的一本书里面，他收在他的卧室里。
Freya did. That's not right.
almost， 所以不对。
Freya didn't want it. That's not right either. Freya did. That's not right either.
不对。
Freya didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary. Almost. Maybe just change.
也许菲比不想让我们看到飞人员写的东西。
Freya didn't want anyone to see a That's not right either. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked.
Finally. What's in there?
什么意思？什么意思？等一下，他回来了，这是有实际刑警，是我吗？是我放出去的吗？也许我该把那张火花撕了。他是谁？爆魂蟹也用了，惊人！现在有2个，还需要2个。找到通往中间的路，和竖琴比起来意外的简单。我看到了他们，共5个，眼睛要涂黑了。不管发生什么事，我难道都要诺言，要遵守？我一定经历，他需要一些陪伴。他只写了这些。What？
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden.
Maybe we should go back and check.
晚点。
And we could have missed.
所以这些都知道了。有问题。这边也有哦，先上去。Poppy 的房间。
Anything in the
Dresses mostly. I realize there are so many.
That is the
I
dead.
thought vampires.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back. That.
I thought
This
vampires.
is a vampire who needs.
啥？
It's an octopus.
No, it has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
只是这个眼睛不是在我们屋顶上的时候看过一次吗
Just a bunch of nothing weird
To
about that.
you.
Empty.
？Empty。
There's an, you know,
嗯，
a big glass leads out.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
啊？
Nothing.
All four.
Those other symbols.
I think it is.
Nope.
Maybe the
So where is it?
somewhere else.
看不懂。
Ah,
You know.
what? The
Yeah,
whole-
the duality of
If
the.
you say so. Ah,
You know.
What?
Yeah, the duality.
所以现在目前我开不了，对不对？
I
算
guess
了。
we'll come back later.
好，
a single. How very
Yeah, weird.
嗯，这是什么？
sheet music.
It's only a few
Yeah,
minutes.
it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
灵山乐谱已经裱框了，并没有拍老化的精美插图。这是什么？
It's a metronome for keeping time.
这又是什么？
It's ticking.
It's supposed. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
这个该不会
That's done.
这样子啊、
Neat. What happened?
哇，好快哦！
Little hatch on
Anything
that
in there?
我想说这什么东西啊？暗暗的，一起吗？那这样子好 ，OK 了，也太快了吧？
photograph.
哎，哦，抱歉，按错。所以，喂，
There's something about
有
it.
问题哦，有问题哦。直接问 Papi 吧，Papi，我找你，我有问题。
Yeah, it's mine.
你能为我们弹这首歌吗？
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes.
哈？
I don't.
Weird.
Well, my room is full of junk. I don't mean like. Please stop talking to me. Yeah, it's mine.
What's so
I
special?
got it from my teacher
How long have you been playing?
since the day I turned 6.
哦，
I was
6岁
really
开始
excited
学
to。start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi. When I arrived at my second lesson the next, we hadn't asked permission. For 2 whole years, the teacher
Was
taught.
Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me. But one day, she just
Why?
stopped. That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
哈？把它留在那里，你能？吼！
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
你以前喜欢过这些
You
颜
used
色
to？like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors. Let's take a closer look at this.
大家想想一下，粉红色卡带，是旧版的。
The pink cassette tape is an older version of the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Almost. Maybe
这两条小手的是关联是什么？等一下，
the pink cassette tape. Almost. Maybe just.
在就算发现已发别。
The pink cassette. Nope.
No， 所以这个是 almost， 所以这个是对的。
The message. That's not right.
也不对，我敢肯定以前有见过这个颜色。哦，
The pink cassette tape found almost. Maybe just. The message on the tape. That's not right either.
对，
The pink cassette almost. Maybe. The pink almost.
对，
The pink almost.
不对，不对。
The pink cassette. That's not right either.
所以是词语问题。怎么样词语才是对的呢？
The pink almost.
发现与犯罪现场吻合。
Matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
对对对对对。
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it. You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up? And then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
证明 Poppy 不是凶手，证明他很恨的不是他不想再那样。
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
Reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
No idea， 所以他的证词已经到这边完毕了。这边也有一个房子可以去耶。哦，这边还没有探索完。啊，先从下面这样子慢慢走下来哦。你是谁？
Whoa. Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not hot on the Freya fellow case too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out information to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Oh，
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
等一下，我觉得哪里怪怪的。如果我确定没找到的话，那个花园就不会有那个问号了。
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
好出。
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then. Where'd you dig that up?
前外
It
带。
wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
等一下，我现在在吃最难的部分。
Conveniently
玉米很难呢。
anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No.
哎呦，
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did
不
you?
是他在审查过程中，他很多东西他其实不知道，所以他根本就不是没有在认真找吧。
Of course. It was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
应该不是。
Somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
不太可能一直都是空的啊。
I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he?
我倒觉得它跟这个东西很像。
It's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference. These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
A photograph of Freya. Could be important. A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that.
不好意思，
A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to...
That would be cheating.
哦，这个的讯息比较早，
Does Flora still
因为我们的
hold her
查的速度比较快，
Don't think so.
所以应
The
该
drawings are from a few
这边
years
的那个
ago.
剧情会比较
I see.
讲的比较提早，这个时间点会比较早一点点。
Where did you find this?
Do
Or who might have had it.
I have several, but they are my theory.
好，
3 birds. What makes them worth? They not be happier.
but then they might
I
fly.
wonder if they would. Can you consider that? These people. Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Although none of the
I
stats.
guess we'll never.
Is that a clue?
Don't know.
I framed my law degree. Doesn't.
Same.
Who's that?
Not sure.
Stray.
那 sure， 所以这些就是在之前就应该要啊，我的速度太快，以至于很多的那个讯息
Quite
都
the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora
You
Fella.
think she's hiding something?
Perhaps.
不
She
然
has some strange. I heard she barely sleeps. An hour here or there. Spends the rest of her time. Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure.
Nothing worth committing.
I think he knows more.
Probably. But
Oh.
talking with him is so tedious.
好，你的剧情比视频快，说的也是。
And her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No
好，
focus.
In her defense, she's still.
Barely. 314 cases solved. 314.
What?
Freya Fellow is of great interest. I perceived her to be the most intelligent. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly.
You couldn't have known she was about
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the
感觉你今天没
signs.
咳嗽，好多了。
I do not wish to do your job for. Professor Pointers are a
再吃
spectral
再吃
astronomer.
几次药
Keeps
就好
himself
多
to
了。
himself.
哈，
What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
可能哦。
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
好
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just
，27。
worse. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy
I
even.
should probably have.
Quite.
好，再来就是
A wooden
I
trunk.
want one.
晚点都问
There's a
到
metal
Is there a
plaque. I
message?
think there was someone scratched it off.
what？
A pointless little
No,
wanna play hide and
I could
seek.
be persuaded.
你想玩吗？
It's a big stone
I guess
die.
the first one too.
这是什么？
Is that
If it
a?
is, it's a clock.
4个钟表。What？
I'm guessing it doesn't
So
tell.
what does it do?
What？嗯，数字。What？哎，我好像看到数字。时钟，3点、9点、12、6点，
I got it.
I'm impressed.
我好像，这个好像是前面比较早的那个任务，所以就比较好破。哎，所以我都是先把难的都破了，是这样吗？
What's in the box?
A
Eh.
little cool thing, but I'm not actually sure what
What's
it
it
is.
有弧形的玻璃镜头，黄铜的，这是它的底部有一个螺丝。螺丝，问一下，
This belongs to you.
Correct.
And
It's my handheld microscope.
What do you magnify?
Trace particles.
have you used it?
I have.
What were you looking?
That is.
好，
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh.
I'm on a case.
How long have you been-
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not. Now, I shall permit you.
What crime are you?
How'd you get that scar?
You really think so?
为了自己的刀疤感到自豪。
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening. It took longer than it should.
Fiona was in the
I
library.
expected her to make an appearance, but
And you stayed?
not quite.
供
Towards the
词
early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled, that much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
嗯，所以目前都没有东西。我看一下他知不知道那个东西。
That's rather. But then, well, now, quite possibly none. What kind of flower?
I'm not sure. I think it might be the
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best. That's a flower, Joe.
Interesting.
Curious creature. Some sort of
Playing a trumpet.
play. Oh my! This is the first primrose. That she passed it down to Poppy.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course.
Oh.
Warms my heart to know. What a precious photo. She hasn't changed a bit. Oh, perhaps. What's this?
It looks like it might be it, you might know.
Well, it has a part there to screw. It's rather small.
No.
它不是望远镜。啊，不是不是不是，不是不是不是，我问一下他好了。
An item from Poppy's earliest
Why's
piano.
that?
No idea. She has never graced
You
me.
two are
We
friends.
are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has...
is it anything to do?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her con...
Who is that?
I'm quite... This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No.
Who else would own such a
It's
point?
a telescope.
Oh, yes. It can only be used for looking at...
它也是望远
This
镜，
belongs to Professor...
所以它不是用来看。
Oh, yes. It can only be used for looking at things that are...
我感觉有人说感觉有问题，那不是有问题，而是他可能在为了这件事，他们小时候的事情搞笑吧。感觉超奇怪的啦。上面的剧情也是，这边就剩这间房间没查到了，我先放一下玩一下。 哎，靠，吓到我！看，没看注意到是啥？哈，
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he...
This one's in a little
Okay,
pot.
that is
Looks like a gemstone.
这啥？不寻常的东西哦。
Is that fruit?
too shiny. I think it's glowing.
Safe to eat.
I'm gonna say no. All the flowers,
Flowers?
anything.
Good to know.
A little chart of... Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Greek letters? Greek letters?
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
What do you make
Not
of
a whole lot. Tools used by gardening. Tools used by gardening. Hanging
it?
basket.
Do you
There are
mean
only two.
2 inches makes all the difference.
是这件事。吓死，它发光。
Don't move. We're being...
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
顺便吃东西。
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right. Sorry. Sorry.
哈哈。
That's better. I'm Sally. And the
小
guy
饼干，
hiding
小饼
behind
干
me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
你要习惯。我是其实还蛮常吃东西的。
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's
哦，
the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like, as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener. I was in my greenhouse,
好。
watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And?
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation. Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
案件档
It's
案
of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. How odd.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all. There's
What?
something. When we went into Flora's room,
Well,
she wasn't standing, she was kneeling on the floor.
Oh，
That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in
I'm
Flora's?
not sure. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say
At
so.
any time, flowers paint. Once you've tainted a color by mixing, not even the most skilled painter. There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look?
You think we missed a clue?
Not exactly. It's an egg with feet.
it was locked.
Fun story. Felix made that? Huh. That's quite sweet, really. Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't
What do you think it's a painting
What
of?
do you mean?
Like, what's the
Oh,
subject?
I don't think it's that.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
怎么不多说点？
It's Fifi.
我觉得
and
你们
Freya.
有问题耶。
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask. There's a plant mentioned on this. Do you have any? In
No, I don't grow. I've tried. In the past, I could never get it to live. Looks like someone doesn't want.
That's the main thing.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
哦，所以他也不是很清楚他
I've
的
seen
事情。
beetles with brightly colored shells. Metallic. They're relatively common. There's a difference between that and
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. It's called alchemy.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective.
Are they
Oh,
like?
they have. Penelope loves
Do you
them.
remember?
I do not.
我也自己记不得。
A flower.
Yeah, that's a flower.
Okay.
Mean anything to
Why
you?
would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason. Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
哈？
What's with the broken glass? Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started. She's improved a lot
Yeah,
since.
that's
Right. Of course.
Any idea who this is?
No. No,
You ever seen this before, Finn?
no, but I don't.
That's not what we
Oh,
found.
I just thought looks like it belonged. This is a good example of how things work. I mixed that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
哦，
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone. Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Fifi doesn't like me.
我只有带2包，2包就差
I'm
不
not
多
sure.
了。
If you find out, maybe you can.
我
let
觉得
me
我
know.
今天也可能玩不完呢，就是可能调查差不多，
She questioned me.
然后到了什么紧要关头的部分的话，其实就可能要休息一下了，对吧？因为明天要上
Did
班。
she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
还有，等一下还要
You
吃药
sure?。Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
哦，
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions. Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
哦
Insects.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, I was joking.
Oh, I see.
可以不要这么字正腔圆的开玩笑吗？太夸张了吧
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
你说 good 的哪里怪怪
Poppy and I
的
are？ friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
通常喜欢某个人会变成某个人的形状。我是说某个人的样子，是吗？
I was up
我
in
觉
the
得是
rooftop
耶。
garden. It was quiet. And then it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's
This
up.
could be interesting.
现在可以去。